Good morning, dear friends. I wish you all a very happy Sunday. And today's topic is the whole grammar in a nutshell. The whole grammar in shortcut. You can see that. First of all, let me tell you what the word grammar mean. Grammar is a set of rules, right? And just like it's a recipe. It's a recipe for a dish. And what are the ingredients of that recipe? The ingredients are the various parts of speech, the various words. Before moving on, I would like to remind everyone the spelling of this word, because most of the students and even grown-ups, they spell the word as GRAMMER. Generally, they add E in that word. Yeah, I don't. It's not all that important, but still, we must be correct with the spellings. So it's GRAMMAR. So I was telling you that grammar is a set of rules. It's just like a recipe for a dish, and the ingredients used for this is are various parts of speech. So or in other words, you can say grammar is a set of rules. Uh, it includes some rules that make language through sentences. So before going through the rules, one must be aware of the parts of speech. Suppose you want to prepare, chicken, right? So what are the ingredients for it? Yes, it's very easy, like pieces of chicken, then spices and salt and water, coriander leaves, onion paste, tomato puree, ginger and garlic paste, and oil, right? So these ingredients, if mixed in a particular way, with proper quantity, then our dish, that chicken curry or whatever we are going to cook, will be a fine one, right? Uh, the same way, if we connect or add proper parts of speech at proper positions and in proper forms, in proper cases, then our language will be good one, right? So the first thing that a student should know is a proper knowledge of alphabet. And we all know that our English language has 26 alphabets. Out of these 26 alphabet, 5 are vowels and the other are consonants. Why have the vowels been separated from consonants? This is because you know the the vowels. Oh, I think this song is okay. Right. So I said that one must have a knowledge of English letters, what vowels and consonants. Why? Because in English language, though in Hindi there are no nothing called articles like a and the, but in English we have this, and uh, the words that begin with vowel sounds should be preceded by the article n. Otherwise, we should use a. And in the same way, we have the definite article the or the, and they are used before specific things or the unique things. And besides these articles, we have eight other parts of speech, like nouns and pronouns and verbs and adjectives and adverbs and prepositions and conjunctions and even interjections, right? So these all words, they make a sentence. Every part of speech has some special function, and it has some special form. It has a special position in a sentence. This is all we got to learn. Like if you talk about nouns, then uh, see, in English language there are more than millions of words, and all these words are divided into 9 groups, which we call as parts of speech. So these 9 groups, in each group there are some special words which have a common function, common uh, form, right? So, like all the names in I said millions of words are there in English language, right? So in these millions of words, those which are names are called as nouns, right? Like the one whom you see on your screen is Santosh, right? So this word is a noun. And see, we are learning language, so we should emphasize on words, right? So the person whom you see on the screen is Santosh, right? Even I'm a teacher, so teacher is, you can call me teacher also. So it's a teacher word is also a noun. You can call me a man also, a boy also. You can call me uh, lad or gentleman, or whichever name you use for me, or anybody or anything will be included in the uh, topic nouns, right? So students are taught about nouns right from their childhood. And even if you ask any student about what a noun is, they'll just say noun is the name of a person, place, or thing, right? They know it very well, but they're not told, even they don't know what is its importance. Why do we learn what is noun and what is its function? That is most important. They know the definition of a noun, but they don't know why are those names called nouns and what are their functions. They know that noun is the name of person, place, or thing, but what is its use? Where to use them? Which place they hold in a sentence? So this should be taught to them, and I'll tell you that. And this all will be included in the topic cases of nouns. Cases means like if a noun like Santosh, if it is used in the place of a subject, then we call it in a subjective case. And if that noun is used in the place of an object, we call it objective case. And if you use an apostrophe s with it to show some possession, we call it it is said to be in the possessive case. And when we use that noun to call somebody, like if I say Manoj, please come here. So see here I'm addressing Manoj, I'm calling him. So this noun is in the vocative case, and in the same way there is dative case and all, right? So then we must know about the singular and plural, the number of nouns. Then, like some nouns, if they are if you want to make them plural, we just connect s to it, and most of the students do that, and they think that only connecting s makes it plural. But no, there are many nouns in which we change the vowel, and sometimes we add ves, sometimes we use x, like the word man. How do we make it plural? We don't say mans, we just change the vowel a and put there e, like men, woman, women, right? And some like thief. So we remove f and add v as thieves, leaves, right? So this is also important, the number of nouns, because unless you know the plural of a noun, you cannot go for a suitable verb with it. Okay, leave that. Right. So now let's move on to the next part of speech, that is pronoun. And the word pro, it means in place of, and then the noun, right? So pronouns are the words that are used in place of nouns. Like for myself, I'm Santosh, right? But I won't name myself. I won't call myself with my name. If I'm hungry, I won't say, "Mom, Santosh is hungry." No, rather I would say, "Mom, I'm hungry." So I used the word I for this noun Santosh, right? If I'm talking about the audience, like you are, like the viewers are Manoj and Pramod and George and you know John and Peter and Malkeet and Muhammad and you know others. So for you guys, for you viewers, I would say, see what I said, you. So instead of naming you all, I'll just say you. So use a pronoun because I've used it in place of these nouns, Balkeet Singh and Peter Gomes and Manoj and Muhammad, uh, right? So pronouns are used in place of nouns. For this smartphone with which I'm recording, I'll say it for this. It is also a pronoun used for non-living things. For women we use she, for men we use he, and I with my family or with the people who are with me, I'll say we. So these are pronouns, and even pronouns have cases, because if a pronoun is used in the place of a subject, like I always comes at the place of a subject. So we'll call it a subjective case pronoun. And if it goes in the place of an object, I mean in the last of a sentence, so it changes into me. So it's an objective case. So like I has me in the objective case, we has us in the objective case, you has the same, and he has him in the objective case, she has her in the objective case, they has them in the objective case, and so on, right? And even this has gender and number. So okay, and if you move on, then we have adjectives, right? Some people, the Indian students, most of the Indian students, they pronounce it as adjective, but just uh, omit the word, the letter D. Don't spell it. We keep it silent. Say adjective or say adjective, right? And what are these words? The millions of words in English language that we have. Out of these, those words which describe the quality of a noun or pronoun, which describe a noun or pronoun, which tell the number of a noun or pronoun, those are adjectives, right? For example, so let's see some noun. Take some noun. Like Gazipur. Gazipur, the place, the city where I live. Yeah? So it's the name of the city. So it's a noun. Gazipur is a noun, right? So how is Gazipur? It's very beautiful. It's clean. It's it's modern. It's developed. It's a good one. So these words, the words which are used here to describe the my city, like beautiful or clean or developed, modern, these are adjectives, right? And even when we read adjective, we must know the degree of comparisons, like clean is an adjective, undoubtedly, but I'll use it for one city, like Gazipur is a clean city. But if I want to compare Gazipur with Balia or other city or Benares, then I won't use clean here. I will say cleaner. Like Gazipur is cleaner than Varanasi or Allahabad or other city, right? So, uh, so cleaner. I said cleaner here. So this is comparative degree of the adjective. In same way, if I want to, say that Gazipur is the best among all the cities, all means at least there are three or more than three, then I would say Gazipur is the cleanest city. Cleanest. See, so cleanest is said to be in the superlative degree. So we have degrees in adjectives, and one must know the kinds of these parts of speech. Like, kinds of nouns. Like there are 9 kinds of nouns: proper, common, collective, material, abstract, countable, uncountable, concrete, compound. In the same way, there are kinds of pronouns, personal pronouns and possessive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, relative pronouns, and possessive pronouns, personal pronouns, reflexive pronouns, emphatic pronouns, and so on. Right? So this makes our learning easier if we know about the our ingredients. Yes. If you know that cinnamon or cardamom increases the the flavor of a dish, or and its quantity to be added, or when to add it, before uh, before adding pieces of chicken, or after, or like that. So in the same way, if you know our words in a better way, then our language will be better, easier, and will say or write with confidence. So the parts of speech, I think these are the most important part of our uh, learning, if you want to get a flair on this subject, right? And I'll move on. Then we have verbs, right? Verbs. Verbs are said to be the soul of the language. A sentence may be possible without a noun, without a pronoun, without subjects, but without verb, it's not possible. And even we cannot call a group of words a sentence if it doesn't have a verb. So we have helping verbs, we have linking verbs, we have transitive verbs, we have intransitive verbs, we have irrigative verbs, we have causative verbs, we have helping verbs, we have modal auxiliary verbs, we have main verbs, and so on, right? So then, because it is verb that brings the tenses, that brings tenses in a sentence. Verbs are very, very important. Even modals are very important. Modals, like shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, and others. The 13 in number. And in helping verb, we like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, who, does, did. They are called as helping verbs. Their work is to help other verbs to make a sentence meaningful, though they don't possess a meaning of their own. Is has no meaning, am has no meaning, and all the viewers, you must be knowing that a sentence has 2 parts: subject and predicate, and all the predicates, they begin with verb, one or the other verb. So after verb, we move on. That's adverb, right? Adverbs. So the word itself suggests its meaning, like adverb. These words that are included in adverbs, they add something to the meaning of a verb. Like if I say, my sister sings sweetly. So sweetly is an adverb. Why? Because it doesn't describe my sister. It describes the way, the manner she sings. The word sing is described by this word sweetly. So we have adverb here, right? Adverbs are generally, they describe the time of the verb, the place of the verb, and the manner of the verb. Like if I let me modify the same sentence which I uttered earlier. My sister sings uh, sweetly mm, in her bedroom in the morning. See, so how's the manner of her singing? It's sweetly. So this adverb of manner. Where does she sing? In her bedroom, or here or there. So these are adverbs, maybe adverb phrase. And when does she sing? In the morning or daily, or these are adverb of time. So adverbs, they MPT, manner, place, and time. They describe the verbs, and even adverbs have many kinds. Like we have relative adverbs, we have interrogative adverbs, we have adverb manner, time, place, frequency. Frequency. Like how often the work takes place. Like I always watch television, or I never watch television, or I occasionally watch television, or I rarely watch television, or I sometimes watch television. So these are sometimes, rarely, seldom, never, always. They're adverbs of frequency. So we must know about these also. Now, viewers, let me remind you that I have been telling you the whole grammar in a nutshell. So I'll take these topics gradually, one by one, in a detailed way. Let's move on to the next, that is preposition. Some Indian students, they pronounce it as preposition. It's not preposition, it's preposition, right? And they tell about the position. Like uh, like you are uh, you are uh, you are the room. You are the room. Does it sound correct? You are the room. No, it's meaningless. What does this sentence what is the sentence missing? I think some word that could tell the relationship between you and the room. Like you are the room. No, you are in the room. So it tells your position with the room. It tells your relation with the room. Whether you are in the room, you are on the room, you are behind the room, you are beside the room, or you are coming into the room, or you are going out of the room, or you are along the room, running along the room. Right. So I wanted to say that prepositions, they tell about the of position between two, the relation between two words. They may be nouns or they may be pronouns, and they are generally placed before a noun. That's why they are called preposition. Pre means before. So these are also important prepositions. And then let's go on to conjunctions. Conjunctions, they are the junctions. They connect words or phrases or sentences. Like if I say, Joseph, Mary were the parents of Lord Jesus. Joseph, Mary. No. Does it not sound a little meaningless? I should have said Joseph and Mary. If I don't connect a conjunction, then the word, it seems to be a single word. Like like Joseph, Mary, of same person, though they are different. So here I needed a conjunction, right? So Joseph and Mary are the parents of Lord Jesus. Or you can say, uh, I like Hollywood movies, but my son or my daughter, she likes Bollywood movies. Or so but here it's a conjunction because connecting two words, right? It's a Fevicol, it's a glue that connects. Or you can say, I I'm using this social media platform because because it's my duty to uh, to let know people what I have learned. Or so because it's I'm teaching because I want to educate people. I, right? So because such words are called as conjunctions. Other words are like so or otherwise or therefore, nevertheless, or though, although. They're conjunctions. They connect. And the last part of speech is interjection. Interjection are the words that come spontaneously out of our mouth, and we don't want to say them, but they come automatically because of some sudden feeling or emotion. Like the fen that is above my head, if it falls on my head, if it falls upon my head, I'll just say, "Oh!" So I'll shriek now. So that's "oh" is an interjection because I've uttered it suddenly, spontaneously, maybe because of pain or surprise or sorrow or happiness or anger. Right? So interjection. So these all are the ingredients of the dish that we are going to cook, the dish of language, the dish of English language that we'll cook. So you must have the knowledge of all these parts of speech, their definitions, their kinds, their functions, their cases, their types. Okay, the usage, and these together make a sentence. If they are set together in a proper way, giving a proper meaning, then we call their group a sentence. So now let's move on to the sentences. Sentences are I think 6 or 7 kinds. There are more than 5 kinds, though children are taught only 4 or 5. See, but before going for a sentence, let's recollect, or let's learn that they have two. Every sentence has 2 parts: the subject and the predicate. Whatever we speak, whatever we say, whichever sentence we say, it's about someone or something. So that person or that thing about whom or which we speak is called as the subject, and the information that we give about that subject is called as predicate, right? So if you want to give some information about the subject, it's a positive information, we call that sentence affirmative. And if you want to give some negative information about that subject, we call it a negative sentence. An affirmative and negative sentence together are called as assertive sentence. Sometimes we ask questions about some subject, right? So questions means such sentences are called as interrogative sentences, because we interrogate, like, who are you, or what do you do, or what's up, or are you fine, or could you please tell me your name, such. So, and the third kind of sentence, they're called as imperative, though most of the Indian students pronounce it as imperative. It's not imperative, it's imperative, and such sentences are used to express request, like kindly help me, or please help me, or some order, command, advice, suggestion, or we forbid someone from doing something, like don't waste time, or even we propose through these sentences, like let us watch a movie, let us go for a movie, let's go to the restaurant, right? So these are the imperative sentences. Here I would like to tell you the difference between kindly and please here. See, if we want to request our seniors, we use kindly, and if we want to request our juniors, we use please here. Friends, my son has arrived, and I think I will have to stop my recording here, because he may disrupt it. May God save me. Oh, he started. I'm very sorry. See you, friends, then. The other nut in the next one. Bye, the half nut in the next video. Bye then. I wish you all a very happy Sunday. Bye bye. Keep watching and keep subscribing and keep sharing with your friends, because it's your duty to learn and to make learn and to let learn. Bye then.